It's a new year, it's a new day, it's a new NXT review. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, here to review NXT from the 3rd of January 2023. So this is the second WWE show of the new year, and I would probably say, yeah, this was the best show. It was better than Raw. There was a lot of good stuff to like on this show, a lot of fun stuff, some nice segments, some good matches. Overall, it was good, and it was building on the way to New Year's Evil, which is next week. It's just a special edition of NXT. I actually thought it was a pay-per-view, but it turns out it's just like it's like a cheap pay-per-view. Like TNA used to do this back in the day, where they would call like it would be like WWE Raw calling like Monday Night Raw Extreme Rules or something like that. You know, it's the actual show, but they just add a tagline onto it. So that's what we're getting with New Year's Evil next week. So it's basically NXT with a couple of important matches on it. So whatever. We kick off with Carmelo Hayes versus Apollo Crews. Like, really good match here. I'm not a fan of matches starting off shows, but this one was pretty good. Back and forth stuff here. Crews looks like he's about to get control, but then we've got Trick Williams getting involved. Trick Williams played the distraction, and then Carmelo Hayes managed to hit the jumping knee, a big face buster, and then went up top and he hit the leg drop to get the win. So Carmelo Hayes won. And then this led to Axiom coming out, and Axiom took on Trick Williams, and Axiom just beat Trick Williams. I don't get it. I don't get why some wee small guy like Axiom is beating Trick Williams, but he did. After the match, it looked like it was going to be a 2-on-1 beatdown, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes teaming up, but no, it was Apollo Crews making the save. So probably going to get a tag team match next week, or maybe not next week, but the week after that, I would assume. Then we see the NXT Titan Champions, the New Day. They're backstage. They're giving more chores to Pretty Deadly. They want one of the items that they want Pretty Deadly to get for them is the Rock's eyebrow. Like, what the fuck? How are they supposed to get them out? Could you imagine Pretty Deadly actually shaved the Rock's eyebrow? Like, how fucking cool would that be? I know it won't happen, like, but just imagine the scenes if Pretty Deadly just walked up and just fucking shaved the Rock's eyebrow, shaved Dwayne Johnson's eyebrows completely off, and gave one of them to the New Day. Don't know what they would do with the other one. They'd probably fucking keep it and rub it and shove up their arse. But anyway, that'd be good if it happened, but it won't happen. The Schism walked up. They complained about Kofi Kingston. They say that Kofi Kingston's family in the New Day is not a real family, unlike the Schism. Kofi says to Joe Gacy, "You've obviously got a problem with me, so let's settle it tonight." Then we see how Donovan Dijak has abducted Shannon Stacks. He's got him like tied up. He's beating him up. Dijak's holding Stacks hostage. Dijak plays a tape player, and he admires Stacks' loyalty to Tony D, but he says loyalty has consequences, and disrespecting Dijak won't go unpunished. Dijak continues on, and then he says that Tony D might be the dawn of NXT, but Dijak tells Stacks that he is the face of fear in NXT. Then he grabs Stacks again, he punches him, he hits him. Stacks then tells Dijak to be a man and uncuff him so they can handle it in the ring. Dijak then takes the tape out, and he places the handcuff on the he places like the key for the handcuff on the table, and then walks off. This is a really good backstage segment. So this Donovan Dijak guy he fucking reminds me of the Punisher or something. Like, he looks like an absolute badass, and the way he was like beating up and torturing Stacks backstage was really good. Then we have the match, and the match was okay. Dijak wins. Dijak then continues to beat down Stacks, but Tony D gets in the ring. Tony D beats him up, or he clears the ring. Then Tony D says that Dijak thinks he's a tough man. Well, how about face him next week, and he will find out. He'll give him some street justice. So I don't know if it's going to be a street fight or not, but Tony D says that he'll get some justice next week. Then we get, what do we get after that? Yeah, we get the former tag team champions coming out, Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jayne. I mean, Gigi Dolan always looks hot, but Jacy Jayne looked really good tonight. Her hair was down, she had a nice black outfit on, she was looking smoking. She was looking toxic, alright. She definitely was an attraction tonight. They talk about how what Roxanne Perez tried to bring down the Toxic Empire, but they say that they won't let her. They will build it back brick by brick. Then the music comes on and it's Indy Hartwell. Indy says she's sick of hearing about Toxic Attraction. She thought when Perez won the title it would be the end of the group, but it's not. So now she's here to finish what Perez started, and she says she's going to take down the group Toxic Attraction. Then Cora Jade comes out from the crowd. Cora says that Indy's complaining again. Cora says that she's sick of Indy complaining. She says no wonder everyone in her life left her. And then Jade says no one wants to see Indy be champion, but she deserves the title. Then Nikita Lyons comes out. Nikita Lyons runs down Cora Jade on the mic and says the only thing she deserves is a kick to the face. And then Indy says that Nikita Lyons is right, and then Lyons says she'll throw hands with anybody. Then Zoe Starks comes out from the crowd and she knocks Lyons. She says, shouldn't Lyons be off somewhere, showing her assets on Instagram and TikTok? Then Wendy Choo comes out, and they're all coming for the crowd. Wendy Choo tells Zoe Starks that just because she doesn't like Nikita Lyons, she shouldn't be talking down to her. She shouldn't be being nasty to her, because then Wendy Choo says she would never call Jade a bitch, but then she calls her a bitch, so that was kind of funny. And then more women came out. Thea Hall came out, and she was like, I'm fired up, girl fight. And then they'll start fighting. They're brawling. Then Roxanne Perez comes out, and Roxanne Perez says that there's going to be a 20-woman battle royal next week at New Year's Evil, and the winner will face Roxanne Perez. I'm wondering if Perez is injured or something, because we haven't seen her. So I don't know, maybe. But next week we're getting 20 women in the Battle Royal, and the winner faces Roxanne Perez for the title. Then we got the Extreme Resolution match between Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I hate when they do this. They talk this up like a new match. Literally, guys, it was an Extreme Rules match. It was a street fight, whatever. No DQ. It was just a match with M's. It wasn't a new match type, and they shouldn't do this, because they actually get you a little bit intrigued. You're like, oh, we're getting a new match, and then it was just another no holds barred match, street fight, no DQ, hardcore match. Call it what you want. It was one of them. So for them to build this up as the first ever Extreme Resolution match, it was so disappointing. I mean, they fought around the arena. It was okay, but still, why not just call it a street fight, or a no DQ match, or a Falls Count Anywhere match? The fact that they tried to, they tried to promote this as a new match type, it let it down big time. Then we had, what did we have next? We had a promo from Indus Sher. I mean, who gives a shit? Indus Sher talking broken English with her Indian accents. Don't care. Then we had Oro Mensah versus Xavier Bernal, and Oro Mensah got the win. He says he's going to go into bigger and better things in 2023. Then we had Kiana James. She came into the locker room with Josh Briggs, Brooke Jensen, and Fallon Henley, and she congratulated Fallon Henley on getting the win and saving her bar. And then she says that she gave her number. She tells Jensen that she gave her number to him, and she tells him to text her later. So Jensen says that he will, and all of a sudden Henley and Briggs are looking at each other like, what the hell, how did he get her number? So who knows, is Kiana James and Jensen a thing? I guess we will see, but he's got her number, so he's halfway there. Then we get Andrew Chase and Drew Gulak. Earlier they had a argument backstage. Drew Gulak basically accused all the students at Chase U of being wimps. Andrew Chase didn't like that, so that's how this match happened. And Andrew Chase loses to Drew Gulak. I just don't see the point in Drew Gulak. Small, vanilla, fucking Daniel Bryan lookalike bastard. I mean, seriously, why not push Andrew Chase, the guy that's actually got personality, the guy that's got a gimmick, the guy that's got charisma, the guy that's entertaining and funny. But no, Drew Gulak won, so whatever. Then we got WWE NXT Titan Champion Kofi Kingston versus Joe Gacy. Kingston beat Joe Gacy with the Trouble in Paradise. The Schism are just absolute jobbers. Like, what is the point of this faction? I do not know. I guess every brand needs a faction, but this one does suck, man. They really do suck. They're like a Poundland version of that one on Raw, Judgment Day. Just a really bad stable, and every time I see Joe Gacy, it looks like he's getting fatter. and fatter. Then what did we have after that? New Day are confronting Pretty Deadly backstage. They want them to go and get more WWE Legend stuff, and pretty much that's it. So I think there's going to be a gauntlet next week. So Pretty Deadly offer to run a gauntlet against 3 teams. The New Day says that if Pretty Deadly win the gauntlet, they will become the new #1 contender. So not too sure of the tag teams, but that's what we're going to get. And then we get the Grayson Waller effect with Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller. I mean, I normally like the Grayson Waller effect, but I didn't really like this one. I didn't think it was that good. It ends up finishing in a brawl, and Braun Breaker punches Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller goes to the outside, and then Braun Breaker runs and does like a suicide dive over the top rope, taking out Grayson Waller while he's on like Instagram Live, and then it like finishes with him like laying out on the floor with the phone facing him, showing him like, you know, laid out live on Instagram while Braun Breaker celebrates with the title. I don't know, man. Just anything with Braun Breaker at the moment seems to bore me. Just not really interested in Braun Breaker, but I've got a feeling that he will win next week when he defends the title against Grayson Waller. Hopefully he doesn't, but I think he will. So I'm not gonna build my hopes on a Grayson Waller victory. Put it that way, guys. But anyway, that's it. You know what? I actually enjoyed this. I thought the women's segment was good. With they all came out and they were all like bashing each other. I really liked the D-Jack Stack segment. The opening match was good as well. I mean, there was some good stuff on this show. You know, it was alright. You know, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. This wasn't bad. You know, there was a lot of wee backstage segments and stuff like that, and that's what I enjoy about NXT. There's character development, and for me, I prefer that. You watch Raw, and there's a lot of boring 15-20 minute matches. You don't get that with NXT. You get a lot more backstage segments, you get a lot more promos, and you get a lot more characters just like developing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll get a 4 out of 10. It was better than Raw. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave me your thoughts down below, leave me your comments, make sure you subscribe and like, and I will see you tomorrow with more vids. But until then, peace.